Hi there, welcome to the Color Cinema and welcome back to another installment of You Can Keep Only 10. A very special Umbrella Entertainment edition of You Can Keep Only 10. I'd filmed this previously and I actually don't remember what the choices that I chose originally were. I didn't go back and look. But I wanted to refilm this because one, I'd gotten Arrow box sets since I filmed the first video. Two, I didn't get the video put up because it ended up getting demonetized because of picture in the background. Actually, I had the Arrow picture on the screen, and one of the companies actually copyright struck it. Not Arrow, but another company. So that ended up with me having to redo it. If you're unfamiliar with it, you can keep only 10 means I choose 9 Blu-rays and 1 box set. The concept is that I'm going to be on a desert island for the next 10 to 15 years. I'm looking at a specific boutique label, and in that label I can only choose 9 Blu-rays from that label and 1 box set. And that's what I'm going to be watching for the next 10 to 15 years. I always am excited to see your comments, your choices in the comment section down below. Without further ado, let's get into this very special Umbrella Entertainment edition of You Can Keep Only 10. Umbrella Video is known for having some of the best Ultimate releases that are out there. I, as of yet, don't have any of those big Ultimate Collector's Edition releases. There's a few that I want, and there's a few that are on my list to get, that's for certain, and which every month, when more comes out, that list gets bigger and bigger. But I do have some really cool releases from Umbrella, and I have 2 box sets to choose from. So which one is going to make it onto this list? Well, you'll find out that in the box set section. But let's start out with the Blu-ray section, and I want to start with one that's not a sub-label, because Umbrella just does amazing jobs with sub-labels. But this is a regular Umbrella release of a newer film, actually. Fairly newer, and that is Blackwater. I really adore this film. I remember I got this when I was reviewing for Umbrella back in the day. And I was really stoked to check this out. I love these type of films, these nature run amok films type things. This freaked me out. It was, I think this one based on a true story? I'm trying to remember. I only know that it's creepy. Yeah, based on true events. It is tense. It is tense right from the beginning. This starts out, and it keeps the tension. It's really good. There's an audio commentary on it as well. Deleted scenes, the making of. Absolutely adore this film. If you've never seen Blackwater, I definitely recommend you check it out. Getting into our first of the sub-labels, which we're going to be going into extensively because they got a lot of them. It's a Sunburnt Screens release, and it's a really, really good one. It's a Western, but it's a different type of Western. It's a Australian Western, and it's Overlanders. So The Overlanders is this film that is set back in 1943, and it stars Chips Rafferty. It was kind of a Australian, especially for the Western stuff like that. He did make it over to North America as well, by the way. And this one here is actually produced by Ealing. So for you Brits out there, for the UK, produced by Ealing Studios. And it's a really good film. It's really tense, and basically you have these guys, and they're trying to herd these head of cattle, across land, across over 3,000 kilometers, and they reach a point where they'd go and they'd get their water and stuff like that, but they can't, and it changes everything. It becomes tense and dangerous, and it's insanely good. There's actually a second film on there as well, called Kangaroo, which was shot in 1952. Chips Rafferty's in that one as well, and this is more of a Hollywood film. He's not the star of that one. There's even a little documentary feature called The Cattle Story from 1955, and strong recommendation. I think a lot of people pass on it and miss out on it because it's not more of a known entity, But really, if you like westerns at all, if you like kind of like just really good, really dramatic, suspenseful films with beautiful scenery, then The Overlanders is definitely one that should be on that list to watch. Next up is another Sunburn screen release, and that is Malcolm. Malcolm is a charming story that is about this guy who's very interested in trams. He meets up with a couple who are performing a heist, and it's a much more heartfelt story than you would imagine. Nadia Tass made this film, and she made another really great film called The Big Steal that almost made it onto this list, which is again utterly fantastic. It's a comedy with heart, and it's one that I really think you should check out. Malcolm's a wonderful film, and it is just beautifully well done. It does have some nice features on here as well, including an AFI like Film Awards commentary. There's a interview with David Parker, a whole bunch of things on here talking about the gizmos from Malcolm. He's like kind of he's sort of an inventor too. So it's a really well done film. Going into classic Australian cinema, we're going for our first exploitation classics one, and that is Fair Game. So Fair Game's a really great movie. If you've never seen this, this is definitely inspiration for Quentin Tarantino on a specific film. And if you know, you know, look it up. This is a really good one. Basically, we got Cassandra Delaney from One Night Stand, and she plays a girl that is waiting for her boyfriend to come home. She runs a wildlife sanctuary, and these guys come, and they're kangaroo hunters. Obviously, they're not going to get along, and they start like to terrorize her, and it amps up over and over time. It gets worse. So she's fighting for her life, and it's a really, really well done film. If you've never seen Fair Game, really owe it to yourself to check this out as soon as possible. It's a fantastic film. Next up is the Sensual Cinema release, and it is the first Sensual Cinema. It's number one, and it's my number one for Sensual Cinema, and it is Showgirls Uncut. So yes, there's a 4K VHU out there, but this is my preferred version of Showgirls, actually. Not just because it's from Umbrella, that helps because they do an amazing job on this, but also because, well, Showgirls has a full-length documentary called You Don't Know Me, and that's not included on the Vinegar Cinema release, and it's a really cool documentary. So it was a big loss to have missed out on that. Can I show you? I can show you there's some Asian artwork for the film. I can't show you the back, and I don't think I can show you the inside of it either. No, I definitely can't show you that because that is in nudity territory. But I actually love this film. I think it's a lot of fun. They have the Paul Verhoeven's Razzie speech on here as well, so that's kind of cool. Commentaries. I wish they would have put Showgirls 2 Pennies from Heaven. I'm hoping that'll get a release down the road because it is a fun, kind of cheesy, so bad it's good type of film that I just absolutely adore. Next up is a World Cinema release. They do a sub-label called World Cinema where they pick films from, well, all across the world and spotlight them. And I had to choose Run Lola Run. It's how I first became familiar, I think, with Franca Potente. And I just really like this film. It's a fun action film. It is like high adrenaline, obviously. It is so good. I remember watching this on VHS back in the day. And it's just one of those like blind buys, like discoveries that I was just so happy to have. And I had the VHS for such a long time. I think I got it from a video store, and it was like one of those like screener copies that you're not supposed to sell, but I actually bought it from them. But yeah, really, really love Run Lola Run. And we go from there to the Beyond Genres series, and Beyond Genre used a lot of like different genre stuff, a lot of not always horror. Like people expect the Beyond Genres to only be horror, but there's been different stuff there. Some that I like, the Cook, the Thief, his wife, and her lover. Titles like that, and titles like Slither, Child's Play. But the one that I'm going to choose was one that was really special to me. It's a Canadian film, and it's called Heavy Metal. It is based on the Heavy Metal magazine, which itself is based on the French magazine Metal Hurlant. And this is a primarily Canadian like voice cast with people like John Candy and Harold Ramis. I think you probably Eugene Levy, Joe Flight. There's a lot of the like Canadian voice cast in there, but what really makes this super great is it's an amazing soundtrack on this one. Black Sabbath, Blue Oyster Cult, Cheap Trick, Devo, Don Felder, Grand Funk Railroad, Sammy Hagar, Journey, Nazareth, Stevie Nicks, Trust, just a whole bunch, a list of bands on there. I actually saw this one in theater initially. I went to take my sister to go see our Snow White and Seven Dwarfs, which was playing in Alberta, where we were living at the time. And this was playing in another theater. So I got 2 tickets for Snow White and Seven Dwarfs. I brought her over to watch Snow White and Seven Dwarfs. And then I snuck over to Heavy Metal because I wasn't old enough to go to it at the time. And it was such a wonderful experience. I love this one here. I don't know what my favorite story is because I do kind of love it all. I do love Den because, remember that from the comics. 2 more, and they're both from the Exploitation Classics collection because I absolutely adore Exploitation Classics. First up is the double feature for Patrick and the remake of Patrick. Patrick is a classic with a film that if you've never seen it, like definitely see it. Richard Franklin did this, and he also made the Wonderful Road Games as well, another fantastic film that almost made it onto this list. But I ended up going with Patrick instead, based honestly because it included the remake, and I think the remake is actually pretty good. Mark Hartley did the remake. I thought it was well done in its tone, and it didn't disrespect the original. I always liked that. Great cast too. I think Charles Dance, if I remember correctly, is in the remake. But each one of these, they didn't put them on. Didn't just put them on one disc. We got each of these got their own disc. Remake and original. And I love that they just put the artwork there, and you don't have to put, okay, so this is this is Patrick 78, and this is Patrick 2013. We're not idiots, we'll figure it out. Features on here are insane. If you want to pause here, check it out. There's just tons of stuff on here. Interviews, commentaries, things with the cinematographers, with the cast and crew, things from Not Quite Hollywood. Not Quite Hollywood is the greatest documentary on exploitation, and it's also the choice. Not Quite Hollywood is an excellent film, and if you're going to start collecting exploitation, if you're going to start buying from Umbrella, if you're going to start buying from Imprint, if you're going to start looking into the Australian releases, this is where you start. This is the first thing that you buy. It's the first thing you pick up. You pick this up first, and you watch it, and you're like, okay, there's a whole bunch of movies that I want to check out, and you'll trust me. You write up a list. This is a wonderful one. This has over 9 hours of special features on here. I had the DVD release of this one initially, and I was so excited to upgrade this. There's a 16-page collector's booklet on this one here. This is a new Blu-ray scan of the film. It's just so good. There's so many features, so many extra interviews with Tarantino, with Ellis, with Hartley, with Franklin, with Bork, with John Delamond. Just really, really great stuff. And if you don't know those names now, you will know who they are and what they mean by the end of this one right here. I got to see, can I show you the inside of this one? I think I can. Nope, I can't. It's a great release. And with that said, we've only got one more thing to do, right? The box set. I only have 2 Umbrella box sets right now. 2 great box sets. But which one makes this list? It's time to find out. All right, so which box set went out? Well, it's an Exploitation Rarities box set. Since, as you've been able to tell from this video, I love my Exploitation. And which one did I go with? Well, the latest one, Volume 3, the Exploitation Noir series. So these are 3 Exploitation neo-noirs. You can see Brian Brown on the cover right here. It is Scooby Malone, Goodbye Paradise, and Empty Beach. I love this. This is a standard edition. Now, you can buy from Umbrella for this one, I think you still can, the special collector's edition with a booklet, and posters, and all kinds of cool stuff in a hard box. But I picked this up at my local shop, Metaluna, and I love the fact that Umbrella gives you that option. Not all companies do, but Umbrella gives you the option of choosing which one you want. Because maybe you don't have the bones to pick up the big collector's edition. Sometimes you want to get, but you don't want to miss out on those really great films that they're curating into these sets. So rather than totally miss out, you go and you buy the standard edition like I did. And I'm really proud of this. I'm really proud to have this in my collection. And these here are, by the way, are region free. We start off with Scooby Malone, starring Jack Thompson. And it's a fun 70s, like neo-noir. I love the exploitation noir thing on the back right there. There's some great features on here, including there's commentaries, there's interviews from Not Quite Hollywood, archival interviews as well. There's a short called The Car Makers. And it's fun. It's basically this woman was murdered at the Sydney Opera House, and so Scooby Malone goes to investigate and gets. Yeah, you got to check it out. The theme song is really cool as well, and if you like exploitation, if you like noir, then you're gonna love this. It's a lot of fun. Next up is Goodbye Paradise with Ray Barrett. Again, we got a nice audio commentary on this one as well. We got another really cool interview, Paradise in Peril interview with Carl Schultz. And it's a fun neo-noir. If you love the neo-noir stuff, you're going to love this. Again, it's a wonderful, wonderful film. Absolutely fantastic. And if you've never seen it, it's quite the experience. And last but definitely not least is The Empty Beach with Brian Brown. A guy that when you see him, you're like, yeah, this guy was meant to be a movie star. Well, again, we get another audio commentary on this one here. We have interviews with Brian Brown, interview with the actress on here, Anna Maria Monticelli, a documentary on author Peter Corris. We got a Mark Hunter music video from here as well. I don't think I watched that music video actually. Storyboards, trailer reel from Brian Brown, and again, another absolutely fantastic film, one that I was super stoked to get, and I'm super excited to have. So there you go. What do you think of my 10 when it came to the Umbrella Entertainment releases? I can't wait. There's got to be volume 4, and each one has its own like thematic style to it, and I just want to know what volume 4 is going to be. Now, as always, if you're a member or whether a member on here or a member on Patreon, the bonus, the alternative 5 bonus video will be up on there as well. So keep an eye out for that one. We'll get an alternate 5, including with 4 more Blu-rays and a box set, and 1 honorable mention. So with that being said, I'm going to sit back a little bit later on tonight, watch me some cool exploitation, because Umbrella, Australia in general, Umbrella and Imprint have to be 2 of the best companies that are on the go right now. Like across the board, the stuff that they're putting out has been just blowing it out of the water with their releases, with their special editions, with these mega releases, and with the regular release. So this is a regular like Umbrella release. It has 9 hours of special features. 9 hours of special features. These loaded, you can buy an even bigger edition of this one if you want to get the big collector's editions. They've got a great website for getting stuff on, and there is a free shipping threshold. Pretty sure there's actually. So check that out as well. So great stuff. Love Umbrella. Love the stuff that they do. And if you're not a patron or a member on the channel, now's a great time to become one, because that alternate 5 is going to be a lot of fun. See you next time. There are more Just the 10s. You can keep only 10 coming up. There are more coming up for the series of the Starter series on collecting different genres. Slashers is the next one's coming up for there. And just so much more. So keep an eye out. A lot of stuff coming up, and I'm excited. So hopefully you'll be excited too. See you again.
Oh God. Subscription sloth here. Just want to remind you that I know in the summertime especially it can be super warm and lazy. But if you're liking this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to go that step farther and join the Patreon, there's a link for that down below. You can super sticker, super chat, or donate. But above all, just lie back and enjoy the video, because that's what I'm going to do.